From the first local news station in high definition, this is 9 News Now.
Hello, I'm Bruce Johnson.
And I'm Jennifer Ryan. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Canton, Ohio, where authorities have been searching for that missing woman who's 9 months pregnant.
They just announced they believe they've recovered a body. Let's go to their press conference live.
Arraigned on 2 counts of murder, which includes the unborn child. This is still an ongoing investigation in conjunction with the FBI, Stark County Prosecutor's Office, the Stark County Crime Lab, the Canton Police Department, the Ohio State Patrol, and the Stark County Sheriff's Office. Anyone with information should contact authorities at the following tip line: 330-430-3818. Tips may also be received at www.sheriff.co.stark.oh.us and click on the Jesse Davis alert. Our hearts go out to the family of Jesse Marie Davis, and we will do whatever we can to help ease their burden during this difficult time. We would like to thank the thousands of people who volunteered to assist with the search for Jessie, as well as everyone who provided tips concerning her disappearance. At this time, County Prosecutor John Ferraro.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Rick said, Mr. Cutts has been charged with 2 counts of murder. I want to applaud all the law enforcement that was involved in this, the FBI, the state and local people, the Sheriff's Department. They did a very good job here, and commend them on that. But one important thing is this case is still being investigated, and there's a lot of things, a lot of items that you people want to know that we just can't disclose at this time and because of the continuing investigation. So I ask for your patience on that. We will vigorously prosecute this case. We will take this to the court of law, and we will prosecute, as I said, vigorously. As it stands right now, he is facing two counts of murder, which is the murder of Jessie Davis and also her unborn child. Chief McKim.
Thanks, John. Good afternoon. Since this is the first opportunity I've had to address the media, I'd like to make a brief statement and introduce myself. My name is Chief Dean McKim of the Canton Police Department. First, let me start by expressing my sincere sympathy to the family and friends of Jessie, as well as those of the community who have suffered as a result of this regrettable crime, which brings us all here today. In expressing these condolences, I know I speak also for the many dedicated members of the Canton Police Department. It goes without saying that we all hope for a different outcome to the disappearance of Jessie. And the announcements today bring deep sorrow to not just Jessie's family and friends, but to countless others who have worked on this in a law enforcement capacity or followed this case throughout the media. I want to thank the Sheriff's Department and the FBI for their hard work in these recent days, as well as the hard work which inevitably faces law enforcement in the months ahead as we undertake the task of steering this case through the justice system. Additionally, I want to thank those many fine members of the community who have shown their support for the family of Jessie, and in doing so demonstrated their own intense desire to see that justice prevails in our area.
Okay, you're listening to a live press conference from Canton, Ohio, where authorities have announced that they have charged the boyfriend, father of her, Jessie Davis's 2 children, the unborn and the young son. They have charged him with murder.
Right, they're charging 2 counts tonight, and of course we have Terry Okita standing by live now. She's been listening to this press conference. Terry, what about a body? Is that why this news conference came about today?
Well, yeah, there are unconfirmed reports that late this afternoon, Bobby Cutts had turned himself in and that he had led police to a body. That is still unconfirmed. However, we do know now that they have charged Bobby Cutts. He denied throughout the week, and she's been missing now for 7 days. She was last heard from on June 13th. He's denied all along that he had any involvement in her disappearance, but it appears now that the Sheriff's Department has at least enough information to have charged him with 2 counts of murder. He is the father. He's married to another woman, but he is the father of Jessie Davis's 2-year-old son, Blake, as well as their unborn daughter. Jessie Davis was 9 months pregnant, and she was due to give birth in just 10 days.
Terry Okita reporting for us from Canton, Ohio. Of course, the announcement just came moments ago from the Stark County Sheriff's Office that they have brought charges against the boyfriend, Bobby Cutts, the boyfriend and the father of her unborn child.
And obviously we'll have an update tonight at 11 o'clock. Okay, thanks, Terry. Elsewhere, a meeting between Virginia Governor Tim Kaine and the families of Virginia Tech victims is still going on right now in Richmond. They're asking to be represented on a new panel that will investigate the shootings last April that left 32 people dead. Our Jeff Knapschen joins us live from the newsroom with more on this important meeting. Jeff?
Well, hi, Bruce. Apparently that meeting's running long. It's actually about an hour longer than they thought it would. In fact, both the families and the governor are meeting right now in Richmond. They're trying to find a fair solution that'll work for everyone. The family members say they don't fully trust the state to conduct an impartial investigation into the Virginia Tech shootings. That's why they're asking for a bigger role and want to appoint one family member to the panel. They're also asking for access to possible documents, including some of the gunmen's private health records. The governor has promised the investigation will be fair and free of politics. He's given the group free rein to investigate Virginia Tech's response to the massacre, as well as the circumstances that might have caused it. The shootings happened just over 2 months ago on April 16th. Police say senior Sung-Hui Cho opened fire on campus with an arsenal of weapons, killing 32 students and teachers before taking his own life. Many questions remain as to how the university responded to the tragedy and if enough was done to try to prevent it from happening in the first place. The panel will be chaired by a retired state police superintendent and includes other well-known figures. Now, that panel includes 8 experts in academics, law enforcement, mental health, and psychology. The group has already started meetings to review the shootings. Now, again, we're continuing to monitor the situation down in Richmond. We expect a news conference will take place at some point within the hour. Bruce, back to you.
Okay, Jeff, thanks a lot.
And still ahead tonight on 9 News Now Saturday, the latest developments in Iraq where roadside bombs have killed American troops once again.
And here at home, a pilot walks away from a small plane crash in Laurel. We'll have the details. Stay with us. You're watching 9 News Now.
In Baghdad this weekend, the U.S. military says roadside bombs have killed 7 American troops in Iraq. 4 were killed in a single strike outside Baghdad. And also today, U.S. and Iraqi troops have captured 2 senior al-Qaeda militants. And a separate pre-dawn operation in Baghdad's Sadr City netted 3 other militants who are suspected to have links to Iran.
A pilot survives a small plane crash in Laurel this afternoon. The accident happened at suburban airports. Maryland State Police say the small aircraft overturned. A 65-year-old man was trying to bring the plane down. Police identified the pilot as 65-year-old Matthew Jurotek of Bowie. Fire crews freed him from the plane, which was upside down on the runway. He suffered minor injuries. No word yet on what caused that crash. Take a drive or a stroll near the new ballpark in southeast Washington, and you'll see new developments springing up at every block. Business, retail, residential, it's all there.
But at 4th and L Streets, some residents are so anxious to move in, they're actually camping out. Cindy Payne explains.
There it is, home sweet home.
For Curtis Johnson, this pup tent has been home for 3 weeks.
A few movies, my air mattress.
Living here so he can one day move here, a new development called Capitol Quarter.
I really like them. They're going to be city-style garage townhomes, and from what I know, here in the whole ballpark district, this is the only builder that's building 3- and 4-level garage townhomes.
Construction for these urban row homes hasn't yet begun, but demand for them is so great. People like Curtis even pay tent sitters $11 an hour to hold their place in line while they go to work.
2 nights we just slept in the back of the truck and with the dogs and just waited for our turn.
Wayne Williams reserved his townhome in October. Back then, the price was...
The base price on it's like $639. So,
and now?
And if you buy it today, it's probably well over $700.
Every few months or so, EYA, the land developer, releases several units at a time. 5 units are going up for reserve in July, and 5 tents are already up. First come, first served. Not long ago, this part of southeast Washington was home to public housing units and rundown warehouses. But one by one, those buildings are being cleared away to make way for new development, otherwise known as the Ballpark District. Capital Quarter will be 300 units of mixed-income residents with public housing, moderate housing, and market-rate units.
You're not just building back a pocket of poverty, you're creating a mixed-income neighborhood, a dynamic neighborhood that has people across the socioeconomic spectrum.
It keeps the entire city from gentrifying itself. I mean, you get to have everybody from school teachers to police officers and, I mean, just your general public that can't afford what's going on in the city.
For now, those who want to move to this part of the city may first have to get to know it in a way they never expected. Cindy Pena, 9 News Now.
First phase of row houses should be ready to move in by Labor Day, the weekend of 2008.
Not a bad weekend to be in a tent, weather-wise, but it's going to get hot. Tony's out on the weather terrace right now to let us know, boy, what a great gift we got today, huh?
Oh, Jen, it was a fantastic start to the weekend. Now we're going to turn up the heat, as you mentioned. Some big-time heat, as a matter of fact, next week. We'll check the 7-day forecast right after this short break. Stay with us.
Today's gorgeous weather provided the perfect backdrop for the sights and sounds of Caribbean culture. The 15th annual DC Caribbean Carnival got underway with a parade along Georgia Avenue. Thousands of colorful costumed participants made their way to Banneker Park, where festivities continue with food and entertainment. The Caribbean Carnival continues tomorrow from noon until 7. Admission is $10 for adults, free for anyone 11 and under.
Show's always great, but you said the food is what's it?
Curry goat, jerk chicken, beef patties.
Getting me hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know about the goat. I've never had that.
Oh,
But you say it's great, huh?
It's great.
I'll give it one of these.
Really?
One of those things.
What a
On the fence.
fantastic day, though, to have the carnival. The
Oh,
weekend's just been perfect.
You can't draw a better day than this in the middle of the summer. There's no humidity. You know, the high temperature, 80 degrees.
Gentle breeze.
Yeah, last night the temperatures were in the 40s and 50s. That never happens in the summer. Yeah, so hopefully you had a chance to enjoy it. It's going to be another nice night tonight. Tomorrow we'll turn up the heat a little bit, and then next week we turn it up a little more. And if you like the hot and muggy type weather that we normally see around here in the summer, we've got something for you in the 7-day forecast. Let's start with tonight, though. It's going to be a nice one. Clear to partly cloudy skies. I think you can leave the air conditioning off and open the windows again. Temperatures will drop into the 50s in the suburbs, low 60s in the city. The sun sets this evening at 8:37. During the day tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies, beautiful close to the weekend. It is going to be a little bit warmer than today. Today we hit 80 degrees. Tomorrow I think we'll be in the mid-80s, but the humidity should still be in the comfortable range. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:44. And of course, it's the weekend, so a lot of you are thinking about heading towards the water. If you're going to take the boat out on Sunday, fantastic for that. South wind, 10, 15 miles per hour, wave heights a foot or less, visibility up around 8 or 10 miles, both on Sunday and Monday. And if you want to hit the beach, same thing. The wind will be coming off the water, I think, tomorrow still at Ocean City and Rehoboth, so that'll hold the high temperature in the low 80s, but still great beach weather. And the water temperature is now up to 70, a little bit better for swimming this weekend than last weekend. Last weekend, the water temperatures were still in the 60s. Air temperatures right now, upper 70s to around 80 degrees, just fantastic. 79 in Culpeper, same thing in Fredericksburg. The current temperatures around the city at National Airport, it's 80 degrees. Dulles Airport, 79. Here at Broadcast House, we're 80. And here's the key to the comfort. You look at the dew point. When you see dew points in the 40s this time of the year, that's good stuff. Normally it's in the mid to upper 60s, maybe near 70. That's when everybody feels uncomfortable. That'll come back next week. Satellite imagery picking up a few high thin clouds. These are blowing off thunderstorms that have developed across the Ohio Valley. All of that activity will stay off to our west, and we'll enjoy some dry weather again to close the weekend and during the beginning of next week. All of this activity down here is actually the dividing line between the comfortable air that we're in right now and the hot and muggy stuff that's off to our south and to the west. It's 94 in Atlanta, 80 here, 70 in Boston. Eventually the warm air is going to win out, and you'll see that reflected here in our 7-day forecast. So tomorrow we'll take it up to 86. On Monday we'll take it up to 90. On Tuesday we'll take it up to 94. On Wednesday we'll be in the low to mid 90s again. The heat index on Tuesday and Wednesday will approach 100 degrees both days because the humidity will be going up. Cold front comes through Wednesday night and Thursday, and that should get rid of the heat. Temperatures will fall back into the 80s Friday and Saturday with some scattered thunderstorms over that stretch. So if we only get a couple, 2-3 days in a row with that kind of weather around here and you don't have those extended periods of 90s, That's okay. Not a bad 7-day forecast.
It's been a great 3 days, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This whole stretch of weather's been fantastic.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Tony,
Tony.
thanks. Well, move over Rand Nally. Some 10,000 children and their families are building a giant Lego map of the United States this weekend. It's a basketball court-sized map. It's on the National Mall between 4th and 7th Streets, and it is just one of the activities for this weekend's World Children's Festival. The event likes to bring together artists and performers and teaches to celebrate creative development through the arts. Very impressive. A 3D map of the U.S., no less.
We got a word, can't make it to the Caribbean Festival, but your mom's Jamaican. You're going to cook for us one night. Is that what you said?
I'm not going to cook for you. Like,
Thank you.
And again, I would love to get out there, but my mom, if I had the kalaloo, if I had the dumplings, if I had the aki and the sawfish, and if I had the jerk chicken, the curry goat, and everything, my mom would say, okay, whose food are you eating?
Well, how about letting us know next time Mom comes to visit?
Exactly, I'll do that. I'll do that.
No will.
You know, Mom, you know, I'm with you, Glenn. Come on. The Nationals stood tall at RFK last night. We'll take you back and show you a play that hardly ever happens, and this dog has just won an award. If you're looking at him, you know it's not best in show. We'll introduce you to Ugly Puppy. All that and more when 9 Sports returns.
Nationals?
Playing well, playing well. I mean, they go through a stretch where they play a great team and they lost. But you know, they didn't embarrass themselves. They just lost games, and now they're back on where they should be. For Washington baseball fans, it was nice to wake up in the morning, turn to the sports section, and see that the local 9 were back in the win column. The Nationals had a bit of a slide, but Micah Bowie they trust. Since the team moved him to the rotation, whenever he pitches, they win. The Nats and the Indians last night, and check out this play. Ground ball to Ryan Zimmerman, and oh no. Somebody is wearing a big uniform. The ball finds itself inside Zim's jersey. Frank Gutierrez gets a hit. I think they should score that lucky. Big night for newcomer Brandon Watson. He had a 43-game hit streak in the minors, and last night he went 2 for 4 on the big stage. Make the most of your cup of coffee. Nationals beat the Indians 4-1. We'll have highlights of tonight's game at 11. Also, while you were sleeping, the king of swing making noise. Barry Bonds got closer to Hank Aaron last night. Home run number 15 on the season and 749 for his career. Bonds is now 6 away from tying hammering Hank's record. To the ice now, the Washington Capitals have a new player. They also have a new look, but their attitude about winning is the same. The team likes what they have done, and they feel they're making strides. Let's check out the new outfit. Back to the old style. The Capitals logo, the red, white, and blue color scheme. This jersey's a little bit more streamlined. And what about the new player, Carl Alsner? Who's taken 5th by the Caps in yesterday's draft. He's a defenseman who's played with the Calgary Hitmen last year. Scouts say he's a good passer. So a couple of moves on draft night for the local ice, but the focus is the same, winning.
I think it's huge. Even if, you know, if we took what we had last year and just from the experience from some of the young guys and bringing them along and just another year of NHL experience, I think we're going to be a much better team just with what we had last year as well.
I like the New Jersey. DC United has rebounded from their slow start. They haven't lost in their last 7 games, and tonight they play winless Real Salt Lake. The home team is kicking their way to the top. They are now just 4 points out of first place. Finally, we are starting to see that championship form, and the players say it's about time.
We kind of regrouped as far as what kind of form we're coming in and the passion we show on the field, and remembered why we're a good team, and doing all those little things obviously breed success.
We got back to that passion and that commitment that has got this team to where it is. And I think, you know, the combination of those two, you know, put us on this little streak we're on.
And finally, the Westminster Dog Show always tries to find the best looking dog. Well, yesterday in California, they handed out an award for the pooch with a good personality. That's right, the Ugliest Dog Award went to Elwood. He's a 2-year-old Chinese crested Chihuahua. His owners, they call him Yoda or E.T. It was the second time Elwood was in the Ugly Dog contest.
Is that slobber?
He took second last year. Which makes you think, who was uglier than him last year? Oh. Really?
Did he just go off the deep end since
I don't
last
know.
year?
He's ugliest in
I
show.
do like the stripe thing he's got going down the middle of the head, yeah.
I got a boxer. My son's got a bulldog. I can say this. That's one ugly dog.
It's funny because, you know, they say, oh, he's so ugly, he's cute. You're like, no, that's an ugly dog.
Maybe
Don't
without
bring it
the
over.
slobber, he would have been a little bit better. Forget it.
That's a tough one there. All right, the weather is much better looking as we head through the next couple of days. Sunshine Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s tomorrow. We turn up the heat next week, though. The heat index on Tuesday be up around 100 degrees, so be prepared for that.
All right. Thanks, Arnie.
All right, an update for you tonight on our lead story, of course, out of Canton, Ohio, on the missing woman. Watch us at 11.
CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 11. Bye.